Welcome back, Game Point, man. We back in the house, man. It's him. Good night.
Hey, this your boy C-Bo, keeping the rubber on the wheels warm. You know what it is.
Hey, and like we do always about this time, we like you to like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it all again. My boy C-Bo back from a sabbatical, man, out there in he was out there in Texas, man, doing it big, man. He
you know, the business trips, man. You know I'm on that per diem with the gig. You know how that is.
He was out there, man.
I know about that.
He was out there tanning, man, trying to get he was trying to change his classification.
Nah, Texas was trash last week, man. It rained the whole time.
Oh, was it?
It did, man. I was out in Sherman, McKinney, spent a little time in Dallas. Shout out to Dallas, man. I love going there. After the Cowboys lose, they be having all the good discounts on all the shirts. They had the Cowboys playoff hoodies at the airport. I said,
it's a somber time out there.
Shout out to Dallas, boys. The best time to come is after they lose.
Oh, yeah,
hey, but here on Game Point, we always keep the game
on point.
You know this, fellas. And I appreciate y'all coming back for us. Get in here, man. Come on. We ain't going to try to take all your time up on this fine Thursday. We know it's supposed to be snow later on this week, so we get in, get out. Talk about some stuff that need to be talked about, right?
Yeah, but shouts out to the Colorado weather, man. We've been having some great days these past couple days, man. We in the 60s in the first day of January. Man, you can't beat it. So get out there, enjoy yourself, get on the grill, do whatever you got to do. Hey, and enjoy yourself in this Colorado sunshine.
I almost said something, man. But I'm trying to 2024. I'm trying to be better, man. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but
shit, man.
I'm 30 days in. I'm trying. I'm trying, man.
Shit.
Ooh, I had a good one though.
Oh man.
Come on, man. Let's talk about some stuff, man. We got a good one, man. Breaking news. I mean, this is. I don't know if it's sad. I don't know if it's really newsworthy at this point. He's too young he's too early in his career. But Shakur Stevenson announced that he is going to retire from basketball. You know, now this young man, he was a featherweight / lightweight. You know, he go up and down. 26 years old, 21-0. He got one belt and then the other one that's kind of, shaky. He got like a shaky belt. It's called like ring or something. It's shaky.
He got one of them belts.
Yeah, but he upset, man.
Like an intercontinental type belt.
Yeah, it's called ring.
Okay.
He got a belt.
he get a little cash though.
It's just shy of being unsanctioned.
All right, man. I done took you off, so look, go ahead. Let's talk about Shakur.
Yeah, Shakur, man.
Let's talk about it. Let me see. What you think about the young man retiring from the wonderful sport of boxing?
Well, I mean, I think he in his feelings, so let's get that out the way. I don't think he's going to retire for sure, but I do think the man is in his feelings. I mean, the problem is that he doesn't have exciting fights. And in the weight class that he's in, if he's going to really move towards something in lightweight, you got Garcia in there. You have, I think Boot Ennis can be in there. I think he can go down to lightweight. Who's the young man who just his pops always be co-signing for him?
Haney.
Yeah, Haney. That's who it is. Yeah, it's Posby out there. It's Posby out there campaigning hard for him. But some fights out there, but they don't want to fight him. Ain't no money in it. He don't have an exciting fight. He ain't sliding cats, and I don't know if his last performance really dictate him getting a big fight. He just got to keep fighting. If he come back at 25-0 and he still ain't got it, maybe you can consider it, or at least go down in featherweight, fight some of them hard-headed Latinos. But he
might not want that smoke.
Everybody knows and has known for the last 30, 40 years.
He might not
boxing is full of politics.
Oh, it is probably the actual worst sport.
Yeah, when you talk about the actual sport itself, which is fisticuff and pugilism, that's not really determined on what kind of purse you're going to get or what kind of fight you're going to be able to lock in if you don't create if you don't generate any revenue in the market. And I mean, that's just what boxing has been.
Yeah.
It's probably been like that since, me and you was, still on the porch.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can get in your feelings about it, but I think maybe if you want to take some time away, let some of these dudes punch on each other and figure out where he lands, fine. But I'm a little disappointed that, he kind of fell into the play of the politics, because it's in everything you do. It's politics and everything.
But, boxing, the type of politics that boxing has is like some of the worst around. Like, everybody in the world can see a man get beat. and next thing you know,
he won.
He won.
You got an 86-year-old judge from Nevada and shit that just said they seen it clear and precise that it was it should have been a draw.
Yeah.
But that's the whole problem. And I think, if you're gonna go up and say you want to be a boxer, he's 26. He's lived long enough to know that boxing has been
he knows
what it's been. It'd be different if he's 50 and like, man, I remember when it was a different. All he's known since he's been boxing is the politics of boxing.
Yep. I mean, hey, shouts out to him. He said he got many other big ventures to do, and he's gonna stay active in the ring and start trading young fighters. So shouts out to Shakur for doing his thing.
Get out your feelings, man. Nah, man, I'm gonna just say that. Get out your feelings, man. You too young. You've been working too hard. He probably don't even he can't put together no Excel spreadsheet. He ain't gonna have his forklift certification. You don't want this new world.
Hey, man.
He gonna be out somewhere Ubering, man. You better go ahead and
Shakur is about to be partying, man.
Nah, man. He was going to clubs just to taunt other boxers. He wasn't even there to have a good time. He was in there taunting. So I'm just saying, get out your feelings. You don't have the qualifications to be out here in this real world, and AI is taking up all the jobs anyway.
It is.
That's the last thing you want to do is be able to compete with AI, and all you can do is punch on motherfuckers.
Did they cancel the Crawford rematch? The Spence?
That's a good question, but
I see one thing they gonna fight, and the next day I see they're not gonna fight.
I don't think it's inked in. I don't think that.
Do you want to see that fight? I don't even think it's gonna be a good fight.
But do you want to see that fight?
No, I'd rather see Crawford versus Canelo. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. What about Haney?
I wanted to see Haney. I go Haney and Davis.
I mean, I think Shakur should get out there and try to see if Ryan trying to play around, man. Give him Ryan.
Give
him Ryan.
It's gonna be another fight that's gonna be.
I think his last fight was free. I think you could have watched it on Fox.
Yeah, you should have. They should take some of these fights back to the old school. Because I remember in my younger days, you can go to ABC on a Saturday and you can watch a good fighter fight.
Mm-hmm. Friday Night Fights. Yeah. You was able to do that like 10, 15 years ago. Friday Night Fights still had some heat.
Yeah. Oh, them ESPN fights, man. Some of them was the best fights going.
Punching the skin off each other. I was like, hold on. Yeah, you get home on accident and be in the middle of the best fight of the night. Like, yo.
Never heard of these guys.
Who's this?
Hey.
Hector Montego.
Bloody brawls. You may never see either one of them guys again, but you got
somebody named Delonte Williams or something like that.
You got treated to a good fight.
All right, but speaking of fights, or at least pugilism, we've been out for a little bit, so we can go back to some things that didn't just happen yesterday. But LeBron and Dylan, man, that thing has been playing out for a while. Dylan, he lost his rights to a team. He got back on Houston. He got his bag a little bit, and he still ain't cool, man. Like him and LeBron, that just don't rock right.
I don't think Dylan Brooks is really cool with anybody.
But don't he kind of look slow?
He kind of gives you those vibes. I think he's trying to be a Draymond Green type.
No, I think he leaves his mouth open too long. Like I always there's always like a sign of being slow. Like if you keep your mouth open too long, it's like I think you slow. Like somebody who don't, if you don't blink enough, I think you crazy. And if you don't close your mouth enough, I think you slow. And it's not. It may not be actual. I'm just saying. Just just think about it and think about somebody you know. Do a line up.
The guy that keeps his mouth open is the guy that is always suspect.
This is something, man. Like something about him and shit. Like foster kids.
Showtime. That's what my guy Reginald Collins say in the comments.
Hey man, what it do, Ski bro? Get in here.
Let's keep. Hey, where's all the people, man? Where's all the people?
Man, they coming, man.
Like I always say, man, we ain't it if y'all ain't in it.
Yeah, man, this is what it is, man. Y'all come on in. But while we discussing things, and I think it's, I know our transition game, we've been tightening that up. Yeah. What's up with LeBron, man? Like, how you feel about him right now? Well, let me do this. Let me at least do this. I want some of you all who haven't seen this, and I know most of y'all can say I have. I get it. Some of y'all ain't old enough to see this, but I seen this YouTube or this TikTok that came out. And it kind of just tied LeBron back into like when he first entered the league and who was in that league and who he played with. And I'm like, man, that kind of sit a certain kind of way. And I already know y'all gonna say I'm LeBron and I'm a fanboy and all that. I get that. I mean, I get that. I think he's a good human being that plays basketball, but you know, some people look at it a different way. But just let's cut to this real quick, and I just wanted to give some people a chance to take a look at, you know, what LeBron has been to the NBA over the last 21 seasons. Before the ring. Part-time players playing against, you know, oblong giants and shit. Like, this is real basketball. He's in the era of real basketball.
I mean, if this is what we call him real basketball, I guess he's in the era of real basketball.
Would you say the first 5 years of the last 20 years was real basketball?
I can't even remember 20
Come
years.
on, man.
I can't even remember 15 years ago.
I'm saying
it was real basketball. It was real basketball.
How about this? When in the last 21 seasons has he not dominated?
I'm not taking nothing from LeBron. Hey, I'll give you a quick segue. The Lakers just beat Boston without AD and Brown tonight. That's something that happened
I'm
today.
still on the fence about them two dudes, man. I'm still on the fence with them two dudes.
My man Todd Penn says, man, LeBron is garbage.
That's disappointing.
Hey, my Lee Money say, what up? Mr. Show Enough said we here. That's for the people, like I say, man. Y'all keep commenting, keep this thing going. But let me talk about this LeBron legacy thing with you.
Come
right?
on,
He
man.
has a great legacy. He's been around a lot of great players.
Yes.
He scored the most, probably top 10 in the top 10, top 5 in rebounds and assists.
Damn near.
Maybe. So, I mean, great player. And what I was talking with Robbie the Rocket last week, and I was stating that LeBron James, he may be that guy. But I think a guy who may have had a bigger impact on the way that basketball is played, and may be a bigger person in this a more influential basketball player, because nobody could beat LeBron on the outside and what he's done. So shouts out to LeBron. But as far as basketball, Steph Curry has changed the game more than LeBron.
You think for the better?
We calling it real basketball.
I mean, which part? That's why I said the first 5 years. We talk about the middle 10, the last 5. I mean, which part?
The last 10.
I mean, has Steph Curry changed the game for the better?
I believe so. It's more wide open.
Have you seen little kids play basketball recently? Like, I would say any kid 15 and under. Have you seen them play?
They all shooting like Steph Curry. I'm just saying he's more influential.
And I get that. That's like saying fentanyl is, hit harder than crack. I get it. But
it hits harder than crack, but I don't know if it's more influential.
Yeah, I think it has been. But again, it's debatable. But the reason why I say that is because if you look at these kids nowadays, they have no fundamentals, man. These kids is just grabbing the ball and shooting it. They grabbing the ball and shooting it.
I mean, we did speak before this, right? We did have a conversation before this.
We had a little conversation
and you spoke on skill set. And what skill set was, right?
Skill set.
And you said being able to shoot
is a skill set.
Over somebody is a special skill set.
As opposed to just driving into the hole.
Yes, sir.
It is. But this is the thing. These kids can't shoot. These kids can't shoot. These kids is not putting up the numbers that you would think they were if they grew up watching Steph Curry their whole life. These kids,
some of them can.
Your kid cannot shoot. I'm just saying, and it's not out of. I mean, where your midi at? Where's your post up game? I mean, where is something that actually says you are a well-rounded player? That was one thing that Kobe stood. I'll give Kobe props for that. He would always train and work on whatever his weakest part of his game was, and I mean that way he could shoot, but he could drive, he could post up.
Definitely signed him a great player. And LeBron, a great player, and he great player, and he's another person that worked on every weakness in his game to minimize the weakness.
I mean, I think just seeing the cheat code of what Kobe was not fun to play with. Like, I wouldn't want to be on Kobe's team for shit.
Why would you?
Because he take the fun out of it, man.
Let me get to the comments. Bro. Let me get to the comments.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, peoples.
Al says, what's wrong with evolution? Mr. Shownuff 12 says, LeBron likes to drop his shoulder and go to the rack like he's a fullback and then cries for fouls. Lee Money says, the problem is big men want to be on the outside. Al says, the game has just evolved and what we seen when we were younger is just different now. Todd Penn says, LeBron brought crying and flopping to the game. Shaq was better. Kobe was better. Shoot these kids shooting here. Scoring with the rule changes are still down, what Reginald Collins says.
And I appreciate the feedback, but I mean, let's be honest here. And we've talked about it since you saying we talked before this. We did. And we clearly said that, you know, when it came to the crying and the flopping and all the stuff we said is that most players, if not all players that are in the NBA, if you look like you can take a foul, you're not going to get your fouls called. If you get 10 fouls, they're only going to call 5. Why? Because it looks like you can take a foul. Shaq looked like he could take a foul. LeBron looks like he can take a foul. So why do you go into the locker room at halftime or at the end of each game understanding that I'm only getting half of these because if I play through them, all they're going to do is foul me harder. So the 5 fouls that you actually do get called are the hardest foul. They just shy of flagrant, and some of them are flagrant ones, as we just as we'll allude to when we talked about the Dylan and LeBron thing. I'm just swinging on dudes, right? So it's like you have to be dramatic about how you get fouled because you have to show the refs that this is not just 5 of the ones you don't call. This is all 10 of the fouls that they actually are doing.
Understood. Man.
You see that in football, right? You have to flop in football. You have the kicker. How many times a kicker barely get touched and that dude spin and flip all over the ground? How many times the second dude who threw a punch in a melee in a skirmish, the second dude falls straight to the ground? Be like, man, ref, you didn't see that? You know, that's part of the game. How many? Do y'all watch soccer? Do any of y'all watch soccer? Have you seen the flopping that go on in soccer from your best players on earth in the world? You have to exaggerate fouls because A, fouling is part of the game, and B, you have to make sure each one of the fouls that you're getting from somebody contesting your shots have to be shown, highlighted, in a decision made by the refs.
Hey, we got some funny comments, and we
come on, man, with the comments,
man. We got some good ones.
Come on, tell them what you got.
We got some good comments.
Come on.
So Al says. He remembers when games were 75-76 and everybody thought the offense was bad. Not a score of 140 and the defense is terrible. It's all perspective.
Yeah, but the fans said they wanted to see scoring. The fans said we don't want to see.
Did the fans say that or did the NBA say that?
No, well, they said the fans did because that's who's pressuring on the NBA. They want to make sure the people who come to the game, support the game, buy the jerseys, and invest in the NBA are actually happy with the product the NBA puts out. And I'm going to tell you, they said we got to chill with this. You have talented and skilled players who don't get a chance to show their talent and skill because you just have brutes running around pushing and throwing people around. That's not basketball.
All right, man. Mr. Shownuff says, LeBron called the league office asking for more fouls. Terry
Internet ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit.
Terry Gatewood says, nah. McFlop. Lay flop. Way too much. Ref gotta know this. Mr. Shownuff is right, is what Todd Penn says. Top Pen also says Jordan, Kareem, Magic, Steve Nash, we're all better than Michael Jordan. I mean, all better than LeBron James.
I feel like Charlie. And by the way, I appreciate your comment, but you're not getting no turkey leg. I'm giving out turkey leg. You're not getting one.
No turkey leg.
He's not getting
no turkey leg. Top Pen.
Hey, put him on the list.
Hey, you
He in the no
you
fly
put him
zone.
on no turkey leg.
He in the no fry zone.
All right, man. The no smoke zone because we smoking these turkey legs over here. Terry Gatewood said it's one thing to get foul hard, but no lie there like a wounded animal. It's insane. It's terrible for the game.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, and I hope all y'all happy, because you know what? At some point, you're going to get what you want, right? LeBron going to retire. He's going to keep being the philanthropist that he is, and he's going to keep doing great things with his wife and his sons and, his businesses and his schools, and he's going to get away from the game. And y'all going to have whatever's left of it. And if y'all think what y'all have now is a bunch of people who don't flop and who don't call fouls, who don't want the game to go their way in clutch time and pivotal moments, well, we'll see, because it'll happen. And everybody who used to have a problem with Michael Jordan and everybody used to have a problem with Mayweather, when they leave, you get to see what's left, and it's a shambles. Boxing ain't nothing to watch no more. I mean, it's we trying, but not enough. When you had Jordan leave, there was a gap there for a while where it just wasn't even nothing. You had to have, LeBron really come in and really take on the crown and hold it well.
Yeah, he's held it.
He's held it well. You shouldn't be touching on that.
Bigger impact on the game, LeBron James, Steph Curry. My question.
That is a great question, and I would say the biggest impact in the game. I mean, who had the biggest impact? I'm gonna have to say, no question, LeBron James. Now, do you want to know why? I think Steph Curry has added, who's changed the game more than anybody. So if you say who changed the game more, I would have to say Steph Curry. It's a different style of basketball due to him and others who have kind of followed suit. But when I say impact, LeBron James has taken on being an ambassador of the NBA. And as much as people think that that's just something to do, it's a challenge. It's like being the president for 20 years, 18 years. You have to be on your P's and Q's. He ain't even had a speeding ticket, a parking ticket. He ain't had a jaywalking ticket. All he's done is be an ambassador for the NBA. And I'm going to tell you, I know it seemed like, well, the NBA would be fine without him. I mean, we could tell when big stars leave certain industries and certain sports, it can actually kill the sport. Hockey's doing bad. Baseball's doing bad. They don't have an ambassador. We've had an ambassador, and LeBron has had the biggest impact as an ambassador. Steph Curry ain't want that smoke. He don't want to be on camera all day long. He don't want everybody talking about his wife who be over there on Facebook and TikTok wilding. He don't want to be that guy. He want to shoot Jays.
I hear it slipping in the James household. I've seen some stuff going around.
About time, right? After 21 years, about time.
I see some stuff
Do it on your way out.
Let me get to the people real quick.
Do it on your way
get to
out,
the people,
LeBron.
and we get to the people, and we gonna go on. Hey man, I think we gonna have to. We're going to have to get a Zoom thing going so we can hear the people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we hear the people.
I like that.
Because you know what I'm saying? But let me get out, man. Let me talk to the people real quick. Reggie Collins says, man, when did they move the 3 line? Kobe was special, but he was a serious ball hog. Terry Gatewood also says, we love LeBron. He's a GOAT, but it just gets embarrassing. We're absolutely going to miss him. We are going to miss him, though. Period. 20 minutes of rolling on the floor, holding his jaw, same pose, hitting the leg, rolling on the floor, holding his jaw, breathe on his neck, rolling on the floor, holding his jaw. He's
hey, don't you start back there either, man. Y'all wildin', man.
He's an ambassador of his damn self. Let me get to the people and we gonna move on to the next thing. Hallie's World says, hi guys, in her Taylor Swift voice. Concentrated Smart Juice says LeBron is the God GOAT. Concentrated Smart Juice also says, I bet all these guys in the comments are 50 years old
with gout. What do you got, gout?
50 years old. Al says LeBron is a good dude, but God diggity dog. And
and you got ashy ankles. I can see.
Do you apply to fish or swimming? And Coach Sim said, keep the king's name out of y'all mouth.
Man, there you go, man. One of y'all super ashy right now. Look like you just got out the pool and shit on the summer.
Top Penn said he's 37. But hey, let's move on to the next, man, because this LeBron thing is...
It take up all the space.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's polarizing.
I'm kind of tired of it.
Okay, Rajon Rondo. Now, let's just say, this ain't the first time sports figure, entertainment figure has gotten themselves in some situation with the law where you might potentially get pulled over. It might get you might be speeding, you know, catch a little solid line, you know, something they got to come.
I've been there.
There's been a lot of people that's been there. You know, we can all say that. You know, we've all had our moments, and if they're looking for something, they're gonna find it. You know, if they stay behind you long enough, they looking for something, they're gonna find it. But the problem is, he was arrested on misdemeanor gun and drug charges. The problem is, the only thing he should have had was a traffic violation. But I cannot stress this enough. Y'all gonna stop smoking in these vehicles when you riding dirty.
Rule number 1.
That's rule number 1. I'll be here all day telling you about it. This is some of the solids, man. You couldn't help it. Had a yank on it one time. Got in the car, smell like weed, to pull you over. Now the pistol in there.
Go through all your shit.
They got the packs in there. You know, they got the body in the trunk. You done gave away everything for a jerk.
Don't give him a reason. Don't give him a reason.
You know, you trying to get a couple of them packs across the state. You know, I mean, allegedly. But you gonna do that? You gonna, you know, take a pack and be smoking on a pack? Come on, man. Rondo, you done been around all the players, man. You know better.
Rondo was one of my favorite players of all time.
Rondo I like him.
This was a terrible decision.
Horrible decision.
Was he in Indiana?
He's in Indiana.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, hey man, just don't be smoking, man. And
listen, don't smoke if you ain't got nothing in the car.
But don't be. I'm not even gonna smoke if I got something. If I don't have anything in the car, because I don't really want those issues. I can smoke when I get out the car. There's pins nowadays.
Man,
there's a whole lot of other things. I don't want my car smelling like reefer.
I guarantee somebody over here, especially half of y'all that been over here commenting, y'all high right now. Most of y'all high right now. And I bet most of y'all smoking your vehicle.
I doubt it, man.
Y'all smoking your vehicle. Comment right now.
I doubt
it. No, they ain't gonna comment.
No,
they ain't gonna comment.
No, man.
Allegedly.
Nah, I doubt it, though. I doubt it, though, because I think all the people, man, that watch Game Point keep that game on point.
Ooh, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna put.
Okay,
put the people with
we
that.
have a high caliber participant in this. Y'all ain't low levels. All right, take all that back, man.
I think these people know a little bit. Like, it's rule number 1, man. Don't smoke. Don't smoke especially when you're dirty. And then I won't even smoke because I don't even want those issues dealing with answering questions and all these other type of things like that. So
that's their favorite thing on earth is for you to smoke while you in the car dirty or post what you done did on social media. Well, that's their favorite thing. That makes their job so easy.
That's a young man.
They be high-fiving each other.
That's a young man thing. I mean, but I'm not gonna lie, man. When in my younger days,
you went for it.
All out.
You went for it.
All out.
But you can learn from it. And we telling you, young man, if y'all young man is over here watching this, I'm telling you, you be better off getting out the car, blowing something behind a dumpster at a local Taco Bell, putting that shit out, going in that Taco Bell bathroom, washing your hands, spraying a cologne, and then getting back out and going on your ride. Then just to take that extra time to just ride down there blowing weed on the way to your thing. If you dirty. Like, I've ran into a couple dudes who looked like they was on something, and I didn't know because of what they look like. You driving too slow to be a game member. Game members don't drive slow, and they were driving too slow. And you see them you see your hands on 10 and 2, and they got a flag in their pocket or on their head. And they dirty. Shout out to that man. I appreciate that. I'm gonna get over and let you.
Hey, following all the rules of the road.
Follow all the rules.
Seatbelt on.
Yeah,
hey, but that's the way it gotta be, man. If you ever,
you can't be swerving on your way to a drive-by.
If you ever going across state lines,
allegedly.
You ever gonna cross state lines? I would say, man, don't smoke, don't drink, don't do anything if you're doing something.
This is a real job. But if you moving packs, that's a real job.
But Ray John, he can hire a driver. He can do many things. He just made a mistake, man. He's too old for that mistake, though.
It's too old.
Too old for that mistake, I believe. Yeah. But we're gonna go to the comments and hit the next.
So speaking of tomfoolery, I think it rolls right into the fact that Kadarius Toney's rant was outrageous.
Huh?
Kadarius
Toney's rant
was outrageous.
I was checking out the comments real quick.
Can we at least, while you're taking a look at the comments, let's at least listen to.
Let me get to the comments, and then we're going to get to Kadarius Toney, because the comments are going to close out the race.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, we do got a higher brand
you know
consumer.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So,
content consumer.
Concentrated Smart Shoe says facts. Squizzy Taylor says there's no lowlights here. Once again, shout out to the hottest DJ in the city. You know what I'm saying? Been doing it for a while. Mr. Shownuff says already, and Lee Money says he prefers edibles.
Yeah.
Too old for smoke. You might be on to something, but that edible is a...
He keeps a gun with him, allegedly.
Hey. But you know...
Allegedly.
That, Todd Penn says hire a driver.
That's now. I mean, look, there's so many different things to do, but just when you got that pungent flower coming out your car, come on, man.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I used to think it was cool. Roll down my window and it just smoke everywhere, and they'd be like, "Hey, man, you smell like weed." I'd be like, "Hey, man, that's just that Canterbury for men type shit."
That's
that
Thai bud.
All right, let's go to
Thai bud.
KCT, not KCP. Let's go to KCT, I think.
Yeah, man. So what you got?
Are we going to hear the rant?
I would like for us to hear the rant. Let's hear this, and then I want to hear, this is the thing, though. I want to hear Cam Newton's take on his rant, because I think that added the most context or the most color to what he was saying. And I really, Cam don't always hit it, but he got that one. I like that.
Shouts out to Cam, though, man.
Shout out to Cam.
I like that. I like Cam's podcast. I don't like the hats, though.
Hats are a little out there, but that's his thing.
Be on no pussy shit, go clear no shit up. Have y'all niggas to really do something. Man, do something. I'm not hurt. None of that shit. Say that shit. Suck my dick too.
This is a message to Kadarius Toney. Bro, if you don't realize this is the main reason why your ass ain't fucking playing by doing shit like this, welcome to corporate America, bro. These motherfuckers don't need you. And you don't help the situation by pouring fuel on the fire and acting as if you're going to do something when you're not. I'm not saying that you're a pussy. What I am telling you is we have to do better. Culturally, black man, you just fucking up yourself, dog. What you going to put your hands on? Andy Reid? Think about it. In the hood, that's how you handle your business.
Straight up.
And like when we got any type of disconnect, shit, I'm gonna beat this motherfucking, like, no, you ain't gonna be able to do that in corporate. Like, bro, I'm just being 100 with you, bro. And dog, if I ever see you, bro, I hope that we can talk. Cause I know how you feel. I know you feel like these motherfuckers is playing with your name right now. I know you feel like it's a lot of, as we would say, cap going on. You know what I'm saying? Where you feel like, bro, I've been healthy, but these motherfuckers ain't playing me. But you don't understand. This is the reason why you're not playing. By doing all this extra shit.
Bitch ass niggas. I just don't gotta get on this bitch and be on no pussy.
Yeah, Mike's is lit. All right, so I would like to say, shout out to Cam again after hearing that, because Cam is telling you from a personal place and experience that you're going to keep playing with these people thinking that, one of his coldest lines he said, welcome to corporate America. You don't know how many times when I had a gang member in corporate America trying to gangbang and didn't have enough PTO. You don't got enough PTO to be gangbanging. Stop. You can't gangbang without the proper amount of floating hours and PTO. It don't go together. And that's what he's saying. Your boy, Kadarius, how do you say his name? Kadarius?
Toney.
He's from the hood, Kadarius. And let me tell you, that dude, he a rapper too. He called Young Luca, Young somebody. He rapped the way he looked.
Okay. Yeah, he can rap several different ways then.
He kind of looked like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I said in 2024 I'm going to get back. God damn. Okay.
Hey, my man put
he got a mouthful of 2 front teeth. God damn.
Hey, man.
Okay, sorry.
That dude's teeth is straight, though.
something in his mouth straight. But I mean, listen, let's just get back to the point. Like, but God,
hey, Squizzy Taylor says, man, said word, man. Cam Newton's on point to your.
Yeah, man. I think he really kind of hit it on the head because, and not just from the outside looking in. He telling you from personal experience. Remember, Cam the one after the Super Bowl, he just got up and left off the press conference. I ain't dealing with this shit.
Yes.
And it cost him money, and he trying to tell you young bucks. And he said, "Come to the show, I'll talk to you, man." But he said, "Listen, welcome to corporate America. Stop thinking." Remember, AB did it, and he was like, "I don't need football. I'll just leave." And then he left and came back like, man, he went to 3 different teams. Hey. Why wouldn't you just leave, AB?
Because he need that.
Because you understand what it is. Stop. There's too many of us who be leaving, good jobs and situations for, part-time work, side gigs, side hustles. And I'm not saying you can't take a leap of faith, but that ain't it. That ain't it. Watch your mouth. That's the one thing you got to do in corporate America is watch your mouth.
And another thing to your point, Reginald Collins says, big bank definitely out. I think he said big bank outrank little bank.
Yeah, man, relax.
That's what Cam said, right?
A billionaire? You gonna tell a billionaire what to do? You gonna play with a billionaire's money? You think you got to $1 billion from being all the way nice, from not stepping on no necks?
Hey, everybody, over under how long before Kadarius Toney?
Yeah, right. I told you, Kadarius.
Over under. Is he out the league by next year? Is he out the league? But
regardless, after the Super Bowl, when the last 18 pieces of confetti hit the ground, he is going to be on his first thing smoking.
Oh, he's out of there. He might not even make the parade if they win. He might not even make the parade if they win. Lee Money says KC is dominating the NFL. Dog Law says he be out of the league as of yesterday. He's a goofy.
Yeah, man.
Are you from New York, Dog Law? Son.
A goofy?
He's a goofy. He's a goofy, B.
That's why I love the internet. You can be from wherever nowadays and shit. And I'm not saying you aren't. I'm just saying, you can really be like that nowadays, man. Watch a couple of TikToks from one side of town. That's where you from now.
He's a goofy, B.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we got to do better. And I mean, I think that young man, God bless his mouth though, man. Jesus, boy. God damn.
Coach Sim said he high right now and he don't smoke in his car.
Man, yeah, man. Shout out to whoever the young man is. You don't know who he is. But allegedly, we don't know. But you shouldn't do that, man. Be easy. If you dirty. Now, if you clean and you just want to take your little pot ticket, man, go ahead. But they hitting them shits as DUIs now, so watch that too.
Yeah, watch your eye.
Watch that too. They're checking them nanograms and shit,
Reginald Collins says he's on his way to the UFL right now.
No, that dude is going to... All I'm going to say is don't put no water on that dude's back after 12 p.m., man. That's what I'm trying, 12 a.m. Don't feed him.
Raider says humbling your pride is a BI. Lee Money says Raiders might pick him up, LOL. Dogs, his contract ends this year. He will never return. Wasn't he dropping the rock all year? That's what Raider
man, he
said.
looked like...
And sorry if I didn't announce everybody's name. The man in the back he's going to be hounding me at the end of the game.
He looked like Dennis Rodman and Lil Wayne had a baby. That didn't look like he bite the shit
He's
out of you.
He's a funny looking. But
they look like he bite the shit out of you. Like that nigga bite you, that's a felony off top. But he could catch a felony from his mouth.
Let's get KT out of here, man. What's we talking about next, man? KT... So, talking his way out of a career.
I mean, and again, Andy Reid ain't for the games, man. Shout out to Andy Reid. If there's anything about Casey that I would say, I give him credit for is Andy Reid has been so consistent. Because, there's a lot of, and we had to deal with that as an Eagles fan, man. There's a lot of head coaches, man. They lose their offensive or defensive coordinators. They up shit's creek. You lose a star receiver, you up shit's creek. All he do is adjust.
Let me tell you, man. Only thing I like about KC is maybe a little bit of barbecue. And Fat Tone.
Shout out to Fat Tone.
All right.
And his skinny cousin. Hey, I put up a couple names on here, and I was just curious if you have. I was thinking about LeBron and his greatness and some of the things that he's been able to add value to the NBA in his illustrious career. But I was actually curious about a couple other things too, and I was like, since we out here thinking about something, have you ever heard of a gentleman by the name of James Curry?
Who?
James Curry.
No.
James O.N. Curry.
No.
Never heard of him, right? Because he has a record in the NBA.
What record does he hold?
He is actually, and do anybody want to chime in?
Has anybody heard of this guy?
James Curry.
We give you 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who is boom?
James Curry, January 2010, set the NBA record for the shortest NBA career at 3.9 seconds.
Oh, I wonder why I never heard of this guy.
Shout out to James Curry, player. You still made it, though, player. They can't take that from you.
You in the books.
They can't take that.
You in the books.
3.9 is fine. You still hit, though. He still hit. Look at him.
He got that
James Curry, man. He still hit.
Hey.
You only lasted 3.9 seconds. Yeah. I still hit though.
Hey, I was in there.
I was in there.
I'm a former NBA player. Look, I don't know what logo he has on his.
He was with the Clippers, man.
But that's not the Clippers logo.
Nah, he was actually drafted in the second round and spent some time in some of the developmental leagues, but they called him up. Instead of that 10-day contract, he had 3.9 seconds, Jack.
Hey, man. Hey, shouts out to my man, James
Curry, man. He still hit, though.
I thought he was French by that first name.
So, in lieu of that, I was actually looking at, one of the greatest dunkers of all time.
Okay.
Gentleman by the name of Vince "The Only" Carter.
Okay.
Now, what would you say if he had a record, if that young man had the shortest career, who had the longest? Vince Carter. I wasn't even gonna play with y'all. I ain't gonna play with y'all. We got a high brand customer and clientele. We're gonna 22 seasons. Vince Carter has actually been in the league longer than anybody breathing.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Vince Carter, man.
Shout out to Vince, man.
Shout out to Vince.
Insanity. Vince. Vince best move all time, dunking on the guy.
Everybody got a favorite. You talking about the Olympics?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. And he almost punched KG in the face. I go watch that video again. KG almost got stolen. Seriously. But yeah, shout out to him, man, because unfortunately he wasn't able to get a ring, and it lets you know how fleeting it is to be a champion in this league. But high super talent. He really epitomized what it was to be a phenomenal athlete in the vessel of basketball.
Gilbert Arenas said the most overrated player in the league.
Who was Vince Carter?
Yeah, ever in history.
I mean,
Terry. Let's go back to your boy James Curry. James Curry said Terry Gatewood says, man, they signed him and was like, wait, wrong person.
You trash. Hold on a second. Hey, scoot back a little bit more. Hey, he told him, he said, hey, man, you see that switch over there? You see that one right there that says fuck on? Do me a favor, man, and flip it to fuck off. I got you. You sorry.
That's a good one, though. Hey, somebody said he had an ABA handband on, too.
Ah, damn. Nah, he got to still, he still hit, though.
Hey,
he still hit.
Vince was half amazing, what Reginald Collins says. But shouts out to Vince. He did last a long time. And when I heard what Gilbert said about, and I kind of start thinking like he might have been like really overrated.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody said that Vince Carter was the best closer. I don't think anybody said he was the best clutch player. I don't think anybody is going to say, when you remember his legacy, as being the most, ball skills for his era. But what he did do, he did really well. And there's a lot of premium dunkers today who have not been able to manage. Fuck 22 years, 2 seasons.
Hey, they say Vince still dunking though right now.
Oh, for sure.
But
we're gonna talk
Coach Sim said he's trash. I think that's a trash sign.
Who said that?
Coach Sim says trash.
Yeah, Coach Sim is hard on him though, man. He hard on him.
Hey, John Penn said he was a beast. For his so-called, since we talking skill sets today.
Skill sets.
I mean, that's in the vocabulary today. His skill set maybe was dunking, and he was one of the best at it. But he was, as an overall player, man, would you consider him a superstar?
Yeah. Because during his era, dunking was a superstar ability and talent. And he did it so well. And he was so consistent. And he did it better than everybody around him. And he was able to parlay that into an NBA career, which means he did end up, he was proficient in free throws. He was proficient from the three. He had mid-range. What else could you ask?
Second best guy in his family.
Damn. Are you talking about Roy Jones?
T-Mac.
I think he can't fuck to Roy.
Look
that up. Somebody look that up.
I do know T-Mac.
You think T-Mac was better?
Yeah.
Why?
Todd Penn said he didn't have that dog in him. Mr. Shonell said Vince Carter was a really good basketball player. A lot of people wanted to be like Vince.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, especially if you could parlay that into a basketball career, you can have one thing you do really well, but you can't do enough of the other things to stay in the game. He did enough of the other things to stay in the game. 22 years.
Reginald Collins says talented but lazy. We still wanted more.
See, that's the other thing, too, and I'm not saying anything from my man who just commented on it, but, you know, it's a tough business out here, man, when you get into things like sports and entertainment and all of it when it comes to, you know, showcasing a talent or skill. You can never give people enough. You can't never give them enough. You can be the greatest dunker known to man, and people be like, man, you lazy. You don't do enough. You don't get me going. You ain't this. You ain't that. I mean, you know, it's just unfortunately what era we live in. And now that you've turned on social media in the comment section, nobody good enough for nothing. It'd be hard to get somebody like a LeBron or somebody else in the game at this point because ain't nobody good enough for nothing. When LeBron leaves, the first thing y'all going to go after, and I promise you this, the first thing y'all going to go after is Curry. The first thing, as soon as LeBron leaves, y'all gonna be like, well, Curry, he ain't got no dog in him. Curry's scared to make contact. Curry has always been, he's lived off his jumper in the new rules in the NBA. Curry's wife is crazy. Curry ain't this. Curry didn't. That's the first, y'all gonna go right to him. Y'all gonna look at whoever the next person is in line.
Everybody's not gonna like everybody though.
And that's what I'm saying. But there was a time when you didn't have comments on that.
I mean, there was comments, but they weren't. You couldn't. Everybody. You could. You didn't. It wasn't.
I'm just saying,
it wasn't a place where the world could see.
Nothing could be good enough no more. We are living in an age now where nothing is good enough. Nobody gonna like nothing.
You just have more access to people who you know. Like we would have never knew a guy in bum fuck whatever.
Yeah, a mud hood.
Yeah, we'd have never seen it, but he didn't like somebody. Who's the next player? I'm gonna get to. You got another player, right? Or you got another?
No, that was him. I think we should go let's take this break.
Let me get to the people and then let's take the break.
Yeah, let's talk about let's have the people chime in and then let's take a break and then we'll get to the other stuff before we wrap it up.
All right, so my man Todd Penn says he could shoot, defend it, and he stuck his arm up to his elbow in the rim. Terry Gaywood says overrated. Is this some kind of bad joke? Like he was just a dunker? Wow. Todd Penn says Curry's a dog. Way better than LeBron. Never seen anything something about Curry. Let me get to the other ones, and then we gonna take this break. You know what I'm saying? Vince Carter was a really good basketball player. A lot of people want to be like Vince. I already said that. Coach Sims said he'd be a Bronco next year. I'll take it one step further. Maybe a Broncos quarterback next year, because that's the way type of shit that goes down. And my man or woman's back. Hey, yo, bitches said crazy VC was a top player. Y'all tripping. We about to go to the second half or second section. Hey,
man, we'll be right back, y'all. Come on, we'll wrap it up. Get your Super Bowl predictions and all that other fun stuff. Y'all come right back. We'll be here for you.
Like, share, comment, repeat, retweet.
Yeah, you can't.
Like a fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
That's no such thing. Ain't nobody knuckling up. It's all about guns. Even when we talk beyond mash. Strike. And three. And three. And three. Oh, and four.
You and ET, y'all cool then.
Yeah,
y'all straight.
We see, that's the thing. We were cool. Like, we were on the airport with each other before we came back home. But
Like,
then when I had to watch this shit on TV, I'm like, bitch, what are you talking about? So I don't know what it is, but with her, it's just like, because I just know what I can do to people. You, as a fighter, you know, like, you can read people. You can see, like, okay, this person probably gonna knock me out or hit me. You just know how to read shit. And with her, it was just like, dang, I'd rather be cool with her than traumatize her.
Right.
You know? So.
Welcome back to the second half of Game Point Sports, man. It's season 8, episode whatever. I'm back with my man C-Bo. Hey, man, we've been having some good conversation with the people. Like I say, like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it all again.
And you know, here on the Game Point, we keep the game
on point.
Come stick with us, man. Hang around for a while, man. You don't even need to catch an Uber to leave.
Hey, real talk.
Yeah, man. Come on in.
Oh, man, quick question. Quick question. That was posed to us.
Hit us up, man. What you got?
Is Vince a Hall of Famer?
Yes. I mean, for 22 years, and you stayed on the court, that you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. But to be the best dunker in the game, yeah, you definitely gonna be that. That's like you could be a Hall of Famer if you kick a 67-yard field goal. You did shit else, but if you kick that motherfucker, you in the Hall of Fame.
I had to give him too.
Yeah, you gotta, you gotta do that.
Also, another question: who's the best player in the NBA
currently?
I want to hear what everybody else got to say too. Even my man in the back.
I mean, best player in the game right now, I'd have to say is your boy, man. The Joker is probably. Just when it comes down to like how consistent he is, his best ability has been availability. He get out there and he gonna bang with you, and he's just a real problem for everybody and everything. He makes superstars look average, and I mean that's hard to do. With no vertical, that's hard to do.
I'm gonna go with the Jokic too, man. The Joker, he makes the game look easy right now.
Too easy, almost like it's not fair. Like somebody wouldn't even be practicing and shit, thinking that that's what it takes. And I just think that he one of them. Sometimes people just built for something that every now and then you trip and fall into it. That's your thing.
I mean, he has to take the game. I know he takes the game serious, and I mean, I just don't think he likes that limelight.
I think he I think he got like Asperger's or something. I think he like Andre 3000 or some shit, man. I think he one of them dudes that just ain't really a social butterfly. But at the end of the day, like Andre raps so easy that it make it look like he don't care about rap. Now he ended up playing the flute, so clearly he lost his passion for it. But I also see the same thing for the Joker. I don't think he's gonna be sitting in the league trying to push 20 years. I think he's gonna give you a couple of them. If he gets you a ring or two more, I think he'll be out there racing horses, drinking beer, man, enjoying his life. I just don't know if it just really moves him like that, and that's okay. We want people to live and die as our athletes and heroes, but nobody gonna like you. We already just talked about it. Not everybody gonna like you, man. And it's like, how long you want to deal with this 50-50 love-hate shit, man? Go on, man. Let me take my money, get these rings, and I'm gonna sit up, race horses, and drink beer, man. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
All right, man. Let me get to it. The people say. Terry Gatewood says Hall of Famer for sure. On Vince Carter, Terry Gatewood also says Jokic. Todd Penn says Joel Embiid. Terry Gatewood says no Luka. Bo says Jokic. Todd Penn says hell nah. Embiid just scored 70. Y'all gotta be from Colorado. I'm Joker, Embiid, Luka. What Reginald Collins says. Terry Gatewood, man, that must be your people or something. Cause y'all have a lot of
everybody's our people.
No,
man.
Everybody is our people.
Everybody is our people.
He agrees
here
with
at our network. We're not
agree for the people.
We are the people.
Check it out, man. Hey, man, we getting this shit lockstep right here.
Some people get turkey legs, some people don't. But you still our people.
Hey, Terry Gatewood says Andre 3000, great comparison. Todd Penn said everybody's tripping. He's not better than Embiid. Embiid's unstoppable. Embiid will never win a chip with Reginald Collins say, hold on, I got more. Hey, I'm loving this interaction right here. You know what I'm saying?
They wildin', man.
Hey.
He can't stop Embiid. Embiid, come on, stop himself with his own health. And then how many times, like Embiid cried. You know, he be really out there crying, man. We seen Kawhi stop him.
Speaking on Vince Carter again, Coach Sims said one of the most gifted players, but was lazy and didn't play hard enough. He second somebody's motion on that one. Kiera says Jokic is the best player right now, no question. Hey, yo, bitches 3000 says the freak. Mr. Shownuff says Joker. Hey, yo, bitches says maybe Embiid too. Coach Sims says career 16-point player. T-Mac. All right. KD. Dog block. Kiera says Embiid is scared of Jokic. He's not better. And Embiid is scared of Jokic, Todd Penn. Because every time it's time to come to Denver, he don't never show up.
How that gonna be the best player? And you don't show up at the
ducking smoke.
Thunderdome. You gotta come to the Thunderdome.
You ducking smoke.
You got come up here where the air get weird, man. If you can't play where the air get weird, we don't know about you.
We don't know about you, man.
We don't know about
Dog Blog says Giannis, fool.
Respect. I'll say at least this, man. You know, Giannis does put up a good argument. Just unfortunately, he's got some holes in his game right now that this can't. You really, you know, the Joker ain't got no holes in his game.
No.
You know?
Todd Penn says he beats him every time, but he only plays him in Philly. Todd Penn, and it come to the town, and then we'll see something. But Jokic, he might be Jokic put up he put 50 on him. Yeah, he put 50 on him, but Jokic probably had a triple-double. He probably averages a triple-double on him.
Remember, B was in his ear just a couple weeks ago talking about you the best player ever, buddy.
Yeah.
I love you.
I want to grab your junk.
Wow. Damn, we was doing good.
Todd Penn said he can't shoot. Who can't shoot? Who? Oh man, I must be a homer. Let me get back and reel myself back in.
Can't shoot.
Let me reel myself.
That's what you gotta say. You gotta be where. Can't shoot where.
Shit. That boy can shoot. But hey, let's go.
Let's talk about it, man. We said we're gonna get y'all back to your regularly scheduled programs. I mean, we're gonna take up all your space and place, but we are gonna get into this Super Bowl and the predictions to kind of figure out, you know, what you thinking and what you got. But before we do, I don't really feel like there's been enough buzz around these three friends that was sitting out there, you know, on that. What was it, last month? They had that below zero temperature and everything was freezing. And they found them three KC fans out there stiff and dead. And they were still wondering, like, what happened to them? Mm-hmm. I'm going to say this. I'm going to tell you so that we can save all the time and effort and energy. Fentanyl, man. Them dudes is on fentanyl. You're going to go when they finally do it. And this is the only thing I got a problem with. If it's a big story where it actually goes national, the autopsies take 6 to 8 weeks to know that they was on fentanyl. Local story, you know that was on fentanyl by the end of the segment. They'd be like, yeah, such and such died of fentanyl. How you find out it's fentanyl in 24 hours when it's a local story, but it go national, it always takes 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, yeah, just know that, man. They be playing with y'all. Them kids died off of fentanyl. They gone. They want to just bump a couple lines, sniff a couple off a key, watch KC get to the Super Bowl. Well, you keep playing with that shit, and you did not see the Super Bowl. You are up in the upper room, Jack. You got the best seats in the house, man. You got... he was out of there, Jack. That's what happened.
Not the upper room, man.
Yeah, they in the upper room, Jack.
Upper room.
Yeah, they over there playing with that shit. Like, you could make, man, I can't feel my nose. One of them said, I can't feel the left side of my body. And then you started getting all bad from there. Like, man. Hey. And this said dude was in the house sleep. He said for 2 days. Everybody was calling him. They finally broke into the house. He getting up off the couch like, what happened?
Man, is it still Sunday?
It's that fent, baby.
That fentanyl ain't no joke, man. Stay off it.
Listen, if you are finally giving up on this world and you want a hell of a roller coaster ride out of it, start playing with that fent, man.
Yeah.
Start playing with that fent.
It ain't even no roller coaster ride, man. You ain't even shit.
Oh, you gonna have a high, but that low is a motherfucker.
Yeah, that'll take you out.
You gonna be
you
gone,
ain't even gonna
Jack.
know it took you out.
You gonna be gone.
Todd Penn had to clear it up. He said Giannis can't shoot. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying his game is not complete, and it's almost like your boy over there in with the Warriors, not Steph, but the other light skinned one.
Oh, Clay.
Clay, you've been in the league too long not to work on no other elements of your game. Not only that, but you've been injured too long not to be able to work on the other elements of your game. You could be a way more all around player. That whole team's gonna get busted up this year if they don't make it. That whole team's gonna get busted up. All they're gonna have left on that team is Draymond and Curry. And, you know,
might as well get rid of
ain't enough. Wiggins is out of there.
He's gone. Chris Paul out of there.
Chris Paul's out of there.
Let me see. Concentrated Smart You says 27, 11, 22, 9, and beat over Joker.
How many did he add a ring
that
on
must
there?
be the averages. Did you add a ring and then
Did you put a ring on there?
Jokic has another stat. You know, he has 3 stats, not just 2.
You
didn't put the assist with it.
Put the assists and the rebounds on there.
You got to put that on there too.
The assist game is crazy.
It says those guys OD'd on fentanyl. Concentrated Smart Shoe says the fatty gamble is too high. Is the high. The fatty gamble.
But that did remind me of my homeboy's pop. Shout out to Fatty Taylor. Shout out to Kobe Taylor. Those some real ones, man.
Shout out to Fatty Taylor, former Denver Nugget.
Yeah, shout out to both of them, man. Kobe. CUB.
Reginald Collins says my homeboy by 14, casino ready, and he says the gremlin scared those kids over fentanyl.
Man, that no,
I almost got a shirt.
Try not to say that.
With what was the gremlin? When he was a good person though, Gizmo. I almost bought a Gizmo shirt the other day.
I can see that.
I was like, that ain't dirt style. You know what I'm saying? So
you a good dude, man. You can do stuff like that, man. Just keeping in mind, if it's still there in your size a little later, man, you happen to go by and it's still there, man. Go on and cop that.
I get it for the man in the back.
Yeah, man, go on and cop that.
Terry, they going to football already. They picking picks right now.
Let's get these picks popping. Okay, we got clearly we got the San Francisco. We got KC. Some of y'all who have been KC fans, you drank the Kool-Aid. You know, clearly as you pulled up the Super Bowl logo, it's not the Ravens who put that purple in there. That was just a marketing and graphic design. They did not make it. They were saying that they got away from their game, which is they're being a number 1 rushing team, and that's why Baltimore didn't make it. I'm like, they were a number 1 rushing team because Lamar Jackson was running. And if you can contain Lamar, they're not the number 1 rushing team. It wasn't their running backs that was doing that.
You're correct.
So if you can contain Lamar, which is basically mean you got to have fast linebackers. And most of these teams out here now have not invested enough in the linebacker core, but you know they ran across a team with a solid front 4 and I would say competitive linebackers, and because of that they contained Lamar and they were not able to rush. But there was some things like KC is like New England of today's era. Just everything that could happen, that possibly make it happen, is going to happen, and that's exactly what you got a chance to see.
It does happen, but what I want to say about that game personally, what I see from that game was that Lamar Jackson fell into the mold of saying he can beat people from the pocket. Instead of being Lamar Jackson and running the ball when he had a chance, it's one step, 2 step, go. He want to sit here and try to read the defense and want to prove he can do this and do that.
You doing too much?
Just run the ball. Just be Lamar Jackson. Everything else is going to come. You ain't got to move to a little bit and try to reset the pocket and throw it down the field. It's time to take off, man. Do what the hell you do best. Mm-hmm. And they were off a little bit the whole time. Mm-hmm. They held KC scoreless in the second half. Mm-hmm. My man just couldn't bring it. He just didn't bring it, man. And he may be the MVP, but he may not just be that guy.
I mean, to be the man, you got to be the man when it counts, man. And the playoffs is a big part of that. I don't care how much as a Cowboys fan you say Dak is, whatever you think he is. If he can't do nothing in the playoffs, he ain't really nobody.
Yeah, facts.
And I think, Lamar, as far as he went, which shout out to him because I think coming in, you get to buy, you just got to play out. You got 2 games you got to get through. It just he didn't. That's when you need to shine.
There's only one guy. There's only one quarterback out here that don't give a F about Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Who that?
And that's Joe Burrow.
Now Joe Burrow is a problem. If he can stay healthy, he's a problem.
He don't give a crap about my boy Mahomes.
But what about Purdy now? I mean, is Purdy that guy? Is Purdy that guy?
I'm not a Purdy fan.
What don't you like about Purdy's game?
I'm gonna tell you right now. Reginald Collins says Fatty was a true professional. He's from Washington, D.C. Reginald. He also says KC was just better. We talking about that game.
Yeah.
Concentrated Smart Shoes says KC, my boy. All right. So,
y'all are wild.
My boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a young guy. My boy. I'm surprised y'all ain't heard me start saying that. My boy. I like that. My boy. But
ever want to get swallowed?
My boy. All right. So, you asked me about Brock Purdy, right?
Sir, yes, sir.
So Brock Purdy, I don't like him because there's at times he looks like Mr. Irrelevant. Why he was the last pick in the draft.
And what are those times when he's pressured, in his decision making, in his pocket presence? What are the times where you're like, hey,
you get maybe a little bit of pressure, balls off target, maybe no pressure. Guys wide open, balls off target, those type of things. But I can say in this last game, he did what Lamar Jackson should have did. He ran that rock.
Got up out of there.
He ran that rock. So he's in the Super Bowl, undefeated in the playoffs.
Nah, he lost, nigga. We beat him.
Undefeated in the playoffs.
We beat him in the playoffs.
In a game that he finished.
Oh, come on, man. Where he had on white socks.
In a game that he finished. He was out.
He had chapstick on.
No, he was out. He was out in the first quarter.
Why?
Because he came in hurt.
Nah, come on, man. Don't do that. We broke him. And that's the game you was in. You can't be like, well, that don't count because you got broke. No, you got broke.
No, in a game that he finished. He didn't finish that game.
Nah, if you lost, you didn't finish.
That's not fair?
No, it's not fair. If you started the game, that game counts. And he got broke.
What do you think about Brock Purdy?
I think that he is everything he needs to be for that team right now. I think the tools and the resources that the 49ers have, which is phenomenal play calling from Shanahan. You have by far probably the best running back in the game. You know, you have probably, if you got to call him like a flex or a slot or something for Deebo Samuels, but one of the best in the game.
I just like how they use those two.
When you talk about Kittle's, you know, where he's not just a pass tight end, you know, he gets in the mud and he's one of the greatest. But I mean, and to have a tight end that could block is crazy. In this league, it's crazy because they're going to send stunts, delayed blitzes, things that you need to have a tight end that sits in there. Or when you have somebody like Deebo Samuels who breaks and gets to the secondary, and you got a tight end who's holding his block to get you to the third and come on, man, blocking down the field and everything. That yak. A lot of that's to do when you see any receiver who's got a consistent yak. That's because of blocking down the field.
True with running backs.
So when you have all of that going for you, and you have one of the best linebackers, you know, some of the best DB receiving corps with the, you know, you just don't have to fuck it up. You could be Trent Dilfer and go ahead and get you a ring and just don't fuck it up.
That's all he has to do.
People keep saying this game manager shit like it's a bad thing.
Ain't nothing wrong
Why can't you be a game manager? I think that's perfectly fair and fine to go in there and organize what your coach has executed as a play. Run that motherfucker.
Tom Brady was the best game manager.
Worst case scenario, you got to take off and run 15, 20 yards, man. And, you know, put up a quick little 46 yards for the game if you had to.
Hey.
Mahomes do it. There be nothing else left, and he'll
kill you on a third down.
And you know Mahomes switches.
Hey,
he switched.
It'd be about 3rd and 12. Huh?
Yeah, he give you that zesty 10. Yeah, he give you him and Debo. Debo zesty. I mean, I'm not allegedly. I don't want to do that because I mean you could be
Debo and McCaffrey are virtually interchangeable at times.
He just got a knack to get to that end zone, man. He just a problem. He don't just take like he's not easy to bring down, and he's got a knack for that end zone, boy. He's just trying to get there.
Reginald Collins says Purdy will be exposed, meaning he's gonna try to do too much.
Well, I mean, as opposed to having KC win another Super Bowl, I mean, really, if y'all even appreciate football, y'all have to go for Purdy on this one, just because. Okay. I mean, Mahomes' brother is annoying. His wife is annoying.
Don't give him your pick yet. You giving picks too early.
You think I done gave it up?
We got another week.
I'm saying it now.
Things can change.
Don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Damn it.
But I do. Hey, before we get up, you got any other stories you want to talk about?
I mean, listen. I would say that we have the All-Star break coming up. Mm-hmm. There's a trade deadline. I think we could really dig into what happened because, I mean, all we're doing right now is speculating, and we don't know.
Well, Steven Jackson just got traded to Houston, I believe.
Steven Jackson?
I mean, not Steven Jackson. My bad. Steven Adams.
Steven Adams. Big country.
He just got
the Aussie.
Yeah, he just got traded to Houston, I believe.
Aussie. Oi.
No, yeah, he went from Houston from Memphis, and Victor Oladipo went to Memphis. So
man, he might need to wrap it up.
He might be coming back
for him.
So trade rumors, man. Who?
We're gonna let them do their thing because there's a bunch of speculation in there. I mean, they've talked about DeJounte Murray. They've talked about hell. I even seen Trey in there for a second that they were talking about. Man,
Bruce Brown. I think.
Bruce Brown, they want him. Bruce Brown's a good, he's a good thing to throw in the mix. He's not staying in Toronto, so you might as well go ahead and get him now.
So they saying the biggest free agents right now we got going with DeRozan, Clay.
Nobody wants Clay.
DeRozan, Clay. There's a couple more. We gonna like you said we gonna let it develop.
Yeah.
So we got DeRozan, Clay. We got your Mitchell. You got Levine. And number 23 for
Levine is kind of crazy to me because he had a big buzz about him a few months ago where they was trying to almost didn't even want to play him because they was trying to keep him out of the trade bait. But I don't really hear enough people really biting at the bait.
We'll see. It's going when you force to make a move, you make a move. So
we'll see what happens.
Before next, we're gonna get our first over under.
Over under. Let's do it.
Casey, my bad. Kelsey. Kittle, because we talking about tight end.
Okay.
Over 15 receptions combined.
Combined? Mm-hmm. Yes. Over. 7 each? I mean, yeah. I like that. I like your over-under game, though. I will say that again.
I'm going to go under on that one.
I think that they're going to be integral and big focus points. Anytime you get to the Super Bowl, tight ends become a big deal.
Definitely.
Tight ends are a big deal in the Super Bowl. Mark my words, man. Tight ends are a big deal in the Super Bowl. But I will say, I'll take the over all day. You must be on that underdog.
No, I'm just going with the under because Kelsey didn't. I mean, not Kelsey. Kittle didn't have a big game last week. Kittle kind of let me down on one of my parlays, so I'm gonna go with the under. And out of those two tight ends, which one would you rather have on your team?
I gotta take the Cleveland kid, man. I gotta go with Kelsey, man. This is the problem. Everybody know he getting the ball, and he still get the ball.
Get that ball.
And that is a testament to him, his ability to get open, his ability to catch tough passes, and for Mahomes to stay dedicated and committed to him.
And a great quarterback getting the ball. And shouts out to Kelsey for breaking Jerry Rice's playoff receiving record. But check it out, man.
Yeah, hey, you don't get that for nothing.
Hey, game point, man. Check it out, man. Glad to have you back.
Real quick, I just curious. What about? I know we got All-Star break coming up. Do you think they should keep the dunk contest? Is it obsolete at this point? Well, let me ask you this: who won last year's dunk contest?
I don't know.
And it was somebody that I should remember. But I don't care. I don't know. I don't care. It didn't really stand out to me. I think it was subpar. I think the only way they're gonna say the dunk contest at this point is they gotta let people outside the NBA be able to have a dunk team, and they got to compete with a dunk team against the NBA. The one thing I noticed about, you know, these professionals is when you challenge them, they seem to step up a little bit more. Like when they had the in-season tourney. Yeah, for a while I was just like, this ain't gonna be it. Then they put up a little challenge. They started getting serious.
FIA, Michael Porter said that 500 bands.
I say they gotta open the gates, man. They gonna have tryouts N1.
Because you do have people out here that are professional dunkers.
Yeah.
This is what they do.
Yeah.
Bring them, give them the spotlight, you know what I'm saying? They're going to entertain the crowd. And like you say, put them up against these, because, that's who won it last year, I think.
It was.
Yeah, and he's a professional dunker, right?
No, he was a professional player. He played for Philly. That's, what's his name? Mac? Somebody Mac.
I think he's just a professional.
Yeah, he went to Georgetown, man. He was all right.
So he played in the league for 5.9 seconds. That's
he ain't got the 3.9.
You know what I'm saying? So
he still hit though.
I think he only. They only let him put on a Philly jersey. I think he's just a professional dunker.
He still hit.
He did win though. Shouts out to my man. But hey, it's 9 o'clock. It's about that time.
Hey, man, listen, we appreciate it. As always, y'all tuning in, checking on us here at Game Point, where we keep the game
on point.
We're going to continue to do that, but it takes y'all, the listeners, coming in, giving us feedback, even though it's, you know, some of y'all, I'm just saying I appreciate it. We appreciate it. And we do have a higher, we got the top shelf kind of audience.
Yeah. You know.
So we got to have some debate. So I appreciate y'all even putting it out there to make it debatable. So, you know, shout out to y'all. Y'all tune in next week. We're going to get it done. I'm glad to be back.
Hey, and here at the AHRRR Network, we not for the people.
We are the people.
We are the people.
And that's y'all.
And like we say, like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and
do it all
again.
Man. We got y'all. Thank you, sir. Ladies, too.
Somebody out there.
You ever been walking on?
Yeah, I kept going. And there's a split moment and shit, right where your eyes meet, and but you're still.
Don't do us like that. We should have been had this. Shit. I should have been looking at myself. Packing that thing. We gon' pack that thing. Got the knees on. Get the knees.